Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to episode number 274 of Dude and a Monkey. Tonight, I am joined by marvellous people, such as...
Matt Foster, hello everybody. I'm getting there first.
Becky Foster, hello everyone.
Noel Mellor, hello.
That was well-oiled. Everybody knew exactly what was happening. Coming up on this week's show, actually, it's going to be quite timely, because this will probably be up on the weekend of release, which doesn't usually happen for us.
No, we're usually about a week behind.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to be... We've got Noel, our comic book correspondent, on, because Venom came out in the UK yesterday as we record, and we all saw it last night, so we're going to talk some Venom. Noel, I don't think Noel's going to join us for the whole show, because we are going to go spoilers as well on Jeremy Saulnier's new film Hold the Dark, which Noel hasn't seen. So yeah, we'll do some of that. We'll do some what people have been watching and all that kind of stuff. The first thing I want to address, I want to just question Noel a little bit on how he's experiencing playing video games for the first time in 35 years.
It's been fantastic. So so obviously Spider-Man was a big draw for me. I've been looking forward to this game for ages. I ummed and ahed about even buying a PlayStation at one point, and started looking at that, and then eventually I contacted my mate Dan, and I just said, look, can I borrow your PlayStation for a week or two? I'll buy the game. You can keep the game afterwards. And he said, yeah, sure, I know how much you want to play it. Also, he was going on holiday for a week, so
nice.
For a couple of weeks. So it's kind of me just looking after it while he's on holiday, really. And yeah, it's fucking fantastic. It's so good. Like I am not a gamer. My video game console career, if you like, ended with pretty much ended with the Super Nintendo, but then it carried on a little bit with the 64, but never properly. I never had a PlayStation, never had a PlayStation 2, never had an Xbox. So I am not a gamer at all. So this has been a real eye-opener, just seeing how fucking fantastic games can be now. It's been great being Spider-Man. I've thoroughly enjoyed the game. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing it with Charlie, because he just is... I've never seen him just so thrilled by something. It's really magical to watch. The one and it's nice that, like, you know, I go to work and I'm like, oh shit, I can't wait to get home, put a couple of hours in on Spider-Man, and that is just not me at all. So it's been good, but at the same time, it is a bit of it does confirm for me what I already know about video games, and that's that I am not a gamer, and you know, they suck up a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time, generally speaking anyway, to do the things that I want to do. So, you know, even just looking back on this week and knowing that I've lost probably 10 or 12 hours of free time just fills me with a bit of anxiety. Like I start thinking, shit, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done the other. So, you know, it's not going to change anything in that regard. I think I will play the hell out of Spider-Man for another couple more weeks, and then I'll hand the PS4 back to Dan, and I will return to my non-gaming ways.
Oh,
it's been fun.
What about when the Avengers game comes out next year?
Then I will buy it and borrow the PS4 again. Yeah, it could set a precedent. Yeah,
even though to be,
you might actually remember the time when you used to be able to rent consoles from video shops.
I remember that.
Yeah. It was around the sort of Atari Jaguar days, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember. I do remember renting a Neo Geo game console.
Wow,
because it was expensive to buy. So I rented one for like a weekend, and it came with like 4 games. And within 10 minutes of renting it, I realised this is shit.
The thing with Neo Geo as well, the games were about 280 quid or something, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, the games were obscenely expensive.
That was literally because, you had the Mega Drive, which was 16-bit, and then Neo Geo was 24-bit. And then it became obsolete when the 32-bit Mega Drive came out.
Well, the thing is with Neo Geo as well, I think it was a company called SNK, and they were a software manufacturer as well, like Sega and Nintendo, and it's like they prided themselves on being like perfect replicas of arcade games.
Yeah.
So it was almost like a seal of quality that was like, you're going to pay a shitload, but this is going to be as good as in an arcade. Which
the only issue was it wasn't. The games were good, but it was very much like, right, is that it though? You died so quickly.
That's it. I mean, it's interesting what Noel was saying there, because it's basically exactly how I feel about video games, except instead of being sensible and borrowing a console from someone, I buy the fucking things and then sell them.
What I will say is mental while we're on the little gaming thing. FIFA came out last Friday.
Yes, it did.
And I bought it last Friday, and I have played it for around an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, it's a bit...
If that. And previously, dating back to when I was a Pro Evo now, and that used to be the better football game up until about 2011, 2012, I would literally take off the weekend when FIFA / Pro Evo came out and just hammer like 12 hours a day on like the weekend days on it. And then it's not clicked with me yet.
No.
How different are they game to game?
They're not. This one doesn't feel that different. The last one felt quite different, but this one doesn't feel that different. But I've played quite a lot of Mafia 3. I've played more of that since Friday.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of enjoying that. I honestly, right, I have no idea what each button does at the moment, because I was really tired when I played it the first time round. I was tired and I was a little bit hungover, I think, wasn't I? And so I kind of got through all like the tutorial, but I'm now having to train myself how to do it as I'm playing the game, because the tutorial hasn't stuck in my brain because I was hungover.
Oh dear.
But it's very racist.
That's the whole point, though, isn't it? That's the whole point, though.
But it's done in quite a cool sort of documentary style. So, like, a lot of the cutaways and stuff like that are like video footage of the FBI investigation into what's happened. So that's in the future. So you're playing it, and the game's telling you what's happened at the end, and you're playing to get to that end. So it's quite interesting in that.
Fair play. I'm on the I'm kind of on the Noel tip, but at the same time, I know give me a month or two and I'll be fucking getting that itch again, and I hate it.
Well, the thing is, as well as getting a couple of hours in of that, we've managed to watch a couple of movies, including both Fletch movies this week.
We have. Yeah.
I bought Fletch too.
I can't believe the other night we managed to go from work for a few beers, then to Nando's for an actual meal, and then come home and watch Fletch Lives.
Yeah.
It's a busy fucking night.
That was a busy night.
What time did you finish work?
That night, I think I finished at 6 that night, didn't I?
Okay, good effort.
Was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
So I finished at 6:30, didn't I?
You finished at 6:30, yeah. I finished at 6.
We're doing up the kitchen at the moment, so it's like I get home and the kitchen's really messy, and it is what it is. It's just what it is. And it's like, oh fuck, it's messy in here. Oh shit, I should really clean up. But what's the point in cleaning up? Because it's just going to be messy again tomorrow. So I just took out some stress by de-grouting some tiles tonight. So that was fun.
Did you wear a mask, Ian? Because that powder's not great for you.
Nah, I didn't, because I'm not a pussy. No, I didn't, because I've got no fucking idea what I'm doing. Like, literally, Donna has to instruct me with everything. Like, if she didn't do that, I'd probably fucking, like, set fire to the microwave and say I thought I was painting.
Yeah, you can't paint the inside of a microwave.
Oh, can't you?
Shit,
I've got some explaining to do.
I don't use microwaves.
You're frightened of them.
I do not fucking touch it.
You are frightened of them.
Fuck them.
Is that because in the 1980s people said that if you open the door too quickly, you'd get radiation poisoning?
Maybe.
Do you remember that bullshit?
I do remember that bullshit, yeah. I do remember that, yeah.
Was that just something that kids said in schools that had no truth?
Literally, that was in, like, newspapers and shit like that.
It's weird.
And so, yeah, like if you kept your phone in your pocket, it'd make you infertile.
Yeah.
And brain cancer as well, weren't
That
they?
didn't fucking work, did it?
Didn't it? Well, not yet. Maybe.
I don't know.
Ticking time bomb, innit?
We haven't tried in a while.
Yes, man. It's like that vaping. Wait till they find out about that shit, man.
Yeah. In 20 years, when literally everyone fucking drops dead, and it's like...
oh, shit, it was always toxic.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Could have been smoking all that time.
Well, your lungs, they're fucked. You should smoke like me.
There's a small reservoir of oil in the bottom of both your lungs.
But
you're inhaling chocolate. You're inhaling chocolate flavored steam. What did you think was going to happen? Remember when we thought inhaling ice cream flavored steam wouldn't be bad for us? Weren't we crazy back then?
Back then, fucking 5 years.
Well, that was a tangent. Right. Let's talk some trailers. One that just came out in the last couple of hours. I don't know if anybody's seen. Clint Eastwood's I Swear This Is My Last Acting Role. I promise, guys. Honestly, it is. The Mule. Anyone see this?
No,
I've heard about it.
I saw that it had popped up, but I haven't actually watched it.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks like it could be interesting. It's basically Clint Eastwood spending 2 minutes saying, I've been a shit dad, and now I run drugs.
Cool.
So it's like, oh,
he looks so.
I am looking at him right now. In the picture that is on my YouTube for where we watch trailers, he looks an awful lot like Frank Langella dressed as Skeletor.
Yeah, he does. Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
nah, fuck Clint Eastwood. He directed American Sniper. Like,
Ooh, Ian, did you know that's $3.99 iTunes at the moment?
yeah, no, I know it is. Yeah, fucking brilliant.
$2.99.
I'd buy you it, but you won't redeem it.
I tell you what, buy me a PlayStation and I'll rewatch American Sniper. How's that for a deal?
No, it's in 4K, Ian.
That's sweet 4K.
Just a little bit of a tangent. A warning to anyone who buys a 4K Dolby Vision TV. We've been having some problems like no one's business with the Apple TV losing the connection between it and the TV and like having to reset the fucking thing.
All right.
Do you know what the solution was? Yesterday at the Apple store, I spent $29.95 on a fucking HDMI cable. But basically, it's like you have to buy an HDMI cable that can handle the bandwidth of like 4K Dolby Vision.
Oh, so you need to get a heavy-duty HDMI cable rather than a £8 HDMI
like Amazon Basics thing that I was using before. And I'll tell you what, it actually makes the picture look better as well. It's weird.
Well, weirdly, the HDMI cable that I bought when I got my Apple TV thing, because I bought it at the same time as buying my Apple TV, and they went, oh, do you want a HDMI cable with that? And I just said yes, and then paid for it. It wasn't until I left that I realised I'd just paid £26 for a HDMI cable.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, most of the time that's a joke, but unbelievably, the Apple Store was £3 cheaper than Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, okay, fine, I suppose. You know, it made me laugh, though, because I fucking reserved it for in-store pickup, because it was like I just wanted to, like, get in, grab it, and go. And the guy was like, "Oh, what are you treating yourself to today?" Then I was like, "An HDMI cable." You know, there's just fuck. Those new Apple Watches look so good as well. Fuck. Anyway, the Mule. So there's the Mule, which I watched and nobody else did.
I think we covered that. I think we covered that enough, didn't we? The Mule.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. What's everybody else been seeing?
Get the name of it. What's the Dick Cheney one?
Vice. Yeah.
Vice. I am very, very up for Sam Rockwell playing George W. Bush.
Dead right. Yeah.
You look at him and go, me and Bex talking about this the other day about George W. Bush. And, he was a twat when he was president. But you kind of look at it and go, but was he... He never felt nasty when you look at in comparison to
with the benefit of hindsight. Like at the time, you were like, "What the fuck is
who's
this?
How monster? How are they going to get worse than this guy?"
And now you look back at it and you go, "Oh, W."
Yeah, W. What he funny and quaint.
He
was quirky, wasn't he?
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's busy mates with Michelle Obama now, despite the fact that they're diametrically opposed. But you know what? At least he isn't a huge fucking cunt.
But the thing is, he was a bit of a cunt.
He was,
but he's just not as much of a cunt as the one they've got now.
But then you look at it and you go, but I watched a documentary on magic a while ago.
On the art of?
That was David Blaine doing magic.
Oh, okay.
And he's doing some magic for George W. Bush. And honestly...
I bet that man had the most childlike...
He does. Yeah. And you look at it going...
I'm surprised he didn't have him arrested. Or drowned or something. Drown him.
You look at it going, you know what? I'd happily party with that guy because I bet he's fucking great on a night out.
I bet W knows how to party.
I bet he really fucking does. I bet he swans into a fucking club and then you just walk behind him and going, do we have to pay again? And he goes, no. I'm Mr. President. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can shit on this desk right now. No one say shit. And you're like, well, you don't have to. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. Fucking hell, he's doing it.
It is weird, like how your perceptions change, isn't it?
Yeah, but Sam Rockwell looks. Yeah, I'm very up for the fact that you've got that this guy is doing these movies that are taking pop shots at the people that they are after this and The Big Short. It's just so weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd like to think that one day he will go back and make a silly comedy again, but at the same time, he's towing that line of mainstream and kind of like polemic cinema that takes a lot of skill these days. I mean, you look at how badly the new Michael Moore's new one's done, and it's just kind of like, right, okay, his time is gone now.
Yeah.
And it like we probably need some other voices, and it feels like Adam McKay's kind of filling one of those roles. I mean, yes, the straight white male role, but that's a role nonetheless. And I suppose... Yeah, Anchorman 2, nobody really liked it. It does kind of seem like maybe it's that kind of stuff's not beneath him now, but it's certainly behind him. Also, it's a good excuse to rewatch The Big Short as well.
Yeah.
I
think it's maybe just a filmmaker who's gone, do you know what? I'm too old to make comedies for people in their 20s because that's not what I make comedies for. So I'm making almost comedies for people in their late 30s, early 40s that are laughing at different things, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is he's one of those. He's a director that, looking at his writing credits and his directing credits, anything that he wants to do, I'm probably going to give a shot. Because he's done so much that I've really loved. Why wouldn't I give a shot to it? And I really love The Big Short as well. So if this is the direction he's going in, I'm right there with him.
Fucking hell, did I just watch that entire trailer last night and not realise that that's for Christian Bale?
Yes, it would be so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Quite probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That is mental.
Yeah. And that's not fat suit.
No, it must be.
Not
Please tell me he
fat
didn't put on that much work.
No, he did.
No, can you imagine if you even suggested to Christian Bale that he use a fat suit? My God.
Fucking hell, though. Like, that was... Right, just from a purely mother point of view, that is so bad for him.
And do you know what his next role after this is going to be?
What?
A role where he's got to lose shitloads of weight for.
Oh, he's going to end up having a fucking heart attack, is this man?
It's like he just hates his own body.
Well, he could have gone for some prosthetics at least.
No, I wouldn't do it.
I could kind of see him doing a bit of a Daniel Day-Lewis, like maybe doing it for another 10 years or something, and then saying, "Fuck it, I'm calling it a day," and maybe just popping up every now and then.
Well, because with what De Niro used to do when he used to go full kind of method and sort of have his hairline receded for when he played Capote and Untouchables, and had his teeth knocked out and then replaced for doing Max Cady in Cape Fear and stuff like that. After he did Casino, and he did Casino, and then he signed on to do Copland after that, and he put a load of weight on for Copland, and he basically said after that, he was like, "That's it. I'm heading towards my 50s now. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep on having my teeth knocked out or putting weight on and then losing weight and doing all this. It's literally it's having a long-term physical effect."
Well, he's probably never recovered from Raging Bull.
No, and he said he never recovered from he never recovered actually from Taxi Driver, but because he lost so much weight so quickly. Because of the way that he was carrying himself, he lost a lot of weight. His gait changed, and you can see it if you look at things like Godfather Part 2, for instance. If you look at the way he's walking in 74 versus how he walks in 76, his complete walk changes, and it's not he's physically done that. It's because it affected his gait, the amount of weight lost that quickly.
Okay.
I think the thing. I think the thing you got to remember today, though, is first of all, obviously, I think back then, De Niro shedding weight and putting his body through the ringer and putting on weight and stuff like that, that kind of may have not been par for the course, but it's the type of thing that you would do as an actor back then to bury yourself in the role. I think Christian Bale is a little bit of an anomaly in that regard now. He's the only one who really does that kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
And I think if you think about the amount of insurance and the money that he's worth and the amount of people and doctors he will have around him purely to get him from point A to point B.
Yeah.
He doesn't just stop eating or start eating. He will have a very, very strict, very specific regime for everything. Well, so if he's surrounded by doctors that whole time, the moment his body is in any kind of danger, they'll be like, right, you need to fucking knock this on the head now because the studio aren't going to pay for you to be in another movie if you do this again.
That's what he said happened with when he did The Machinist, for instance. He went to he had Batman, and then Batman shooting was delayed, and that meant he could take on The Machinist, and so he lost weight but didn't speak to a dietitian or anything like that. And literally lost it by just for 2 months. All he ate in a day was an apple and a tin of tuna. And that was all he ate of the day, and just drank coffee and water. And he lost all that weight. And then he had to put it all back on in muscle to play Batman. And figured, I know how to put physical mass on. I've done it before. I did it when I did American Psycho. So just went and just essentially just bulked himself back up again, and was too big to fit in the bat suit when he went back. So they had to give him 6 weeks to lose weight again. And when he went to lose it again for the one he did with Herzog,
Rescue Dawn,
yeah. He said, I need to lose all this weight. And his wife said, one condition, go and speak to a fucking dietitian because you nearly killed yourself last time. You idiot. Yeah. And so he went to a dietitian, and they said this said it last time. They went, no, that's not how you do it. That's the worst way you can do it. But De Niro put weight on for Raging Bull by literally moving to Sicily for 6 weeks and drinking nothing but beer and eating nothing but pasta.
Man alive. What a life. It does beg the question, though, how he's going to go from how Christian Bale is going to go from this current role to his next film, because his next film is My Name's Not Ally McBeal, the Callista Flockhart story, and he's going to have to shed loads of weight for that.
Shitloads of weight, yeah. He'll do it though.
Do it.
Yeah, he'll just have to go. He'll have to go on dates with Harrison Ford.
Well, Clint Eastwood's playing Harrison Ford in that, so it should be.
It should be all right. I'd watch the shit out of that movie.
That's fucking sexy.
Adam McKay was directing it.
Oh dear.
Very good. Other trailers. What else have we seen? Rocket Man.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be a straight up biopic. This is it. It's going to be more a Bronson style fantasy biopic, I think.
There's people floating in the trailer, Mark, so obviously, yeah.
You never know. Elton John led a very varied life.
Yeah. He did, but I don't think he was on like an anti-grad stage.
I wouldn't put it past the man. I do think I've got more hope for this than I have for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Yeah. Because of this, Rebecca. You're a legend, Fred. We're all legends.
It's awful, isn't it?
Oh,
it makes me want to rip my eardrums out that bit.
That's fucking horrible. I know I'm going to go and see that movie, but I really don't want to.
You don't fucking have to. I'm not going to go and have you sat next to me being a fucking hater all the time.
I won't. I promise I won't. I promise I will watch it objectively, but it looks terrible.
Why would you want to watch a biopic of a band that you hate?
I don't.
Yes, you
do hate them, yeah. I do, yeah. I don't want to, though.
On my own?
I don't want to hate them, though.
Yeah, you do, though.
No, I don't. I genuinely
you roll
don't.
around in your hatred of Queen.
No, I genuinely don't.
You love to hate them because you know I like them.
No, that is categorically not true.
It's the only reason, right? It's the opposite of why you're looking forward to the new Doctor Who, because I think it looks shit.
No, I actually am vaguely interested in it now, whereas I wasn't before.
It isn't. It's because I don't want to watch it. So you're like, oh, I actually think it looks quite good.
But that's just not true when you're fibbing. You're fibbing.
You're fucking contrary.
I'm not contrary. Rocket Man. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Those guys.
I think it looks all right. I'm interested by this.
What? Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'll give it a watch. Love Elton John, so obviously I'm gonna fucking see it. But I don't know, the trailer's messy as fuck.
But it is a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think you're dead right about it feels like, you know, the Bohemian Rhapsody and this are going to be lumped in together a little bit in conversation, but actually when it comes down to it, they're going to be very different. I love Queen. I'm a big Queen fan, and I am so torn on that film because I know it's going to be garbage. I know it's going to be shit. But I just want to see Queen in a film. I like and hear those songs. So, whereas this, you know... What was that, Becky? Sorry?
You find yourself really rooting for it to be better than it looks?
Yeah. But at the same time, kind of not rooting for it because I hate Brian May and Roger Taylor so bad that I kind of want it to fail so they lose money. But, yeah. They're the worst. They're the worst. In fact, I wouldn't put it past them to have had it written into the contract that at the end of the movie, Freddie's died, and it's all about bringing that other chap into the band, that Adam, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The guy from
And then it'll end with like a over the fucking credits performance from them with this new guy.
Yeah. That you won't put that.
It'll end with them turning round to that guy and going, Freddie was a legend, but you're an even bigger legend. The end.
Imagine that.
And then there'll be a card will come up and say, Brian and Roger went on to continue with Queen and achieved more success than
even
ever.
more success.
John is a massive vacuum cleaner enthusiast.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't have the scene of Brian May playing fucking guitar on top of Buckingham Palace.
That's I play all the credits.
It's going to be terrible.
It's gonna be horrible.
Freddie Mercury was a fairly arrogant bastard, wasn't he? I bet in real life that line went, "You're a legend, Fred." Yeah, fucking no. Fuck off, dickhead.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me, dick face.
Yeah, peasant.
I've got a mate who, a lad who used to work with, and he's got this fantastic story about, I don't know where he said he got it from. It's like in somebody else's biography, in some biography that he'd read, or maybe it was a Queen biography or some documentary or something. And he was saying that like some band were backstage and they were due to be playing with Queen, and they really wanted to meet Freddie Mercury. So they sort of wandered backstage and were walking towards Freddie Mercury's room. And this, the door flew open and this young lad just sort of flew out of the room, and they heard from inside there, "Jerry, fetch me another boy. This one's arse has burst." And it's moments like that you want to see in a Queen biopic. I just don't think we're going to get them. How do you even burst an arse?
Oh, do you know what? I hope that is the moment where downstairs the TV went quiet and Claire just heard something.
See, I kind of really want Sacha Baron Cohen to make his version and include that, like the unauthorized biography of Freddie Mercury.
Exactly. But that's the thing, Sacha Baron Cohen's version would have included that. It would.
I just, if it doesn't have naked midgets walking around carrying trays of cocaine at a party, I don't give a shit.
But that's an alleged incident, isn't it?
No, it's not. That fucking happened. Don't take these things from us, Rebecca.
Alleged incidents are the most fun, though. Those are the fun ones.
I don't think it's going to be a fun biography.
Oh, Rocket Man. Do you know who's in Rocket Man?
Who? Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton's in it. Jamie Bell's in it. Bryce Dallas Howard's in it.
Oh,
so do you know what else will be in it if Bryce Dallas Howard's in it?
Bryce Dallas Howard's hair.
There you go.
Oh, is she playing Kiki D, baby?
No, she's playing Sheena Eileen. Sheena Eileen, his wife.
Oh.
There with a weird face, a weird Muppet face that looks like it's been made by someone.
I'm going to shit her hair over there.
I remember I was discussing this with somebody recently, though, but the difference is, it may have been one of you guys, but like the difference is that basically, Queen are very protective of their brand.
Yeah.
Elton John doesn't give a fuck. He just says, very open about his life.
I have a feeling that Elton John would have read the script and gone, "Oh, I was way worse than this."
You need to loads of fucking stuff.
Yeah. There wasn't one arse burst. 3.
No, he was the boy whose arse burst.
Yeah.
Oh god!
Fetch me another boy. This one's arse is burst. Sorry, that just is the best. I think that's the best sentence I've ever heard.
It's so good.
Right, the next one trailer. What else have we got? One I know that you were fond of, Ian. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Just the fact that this one's ass. I don't know. That just, yeah.
Well, I think if you could do a better Freddie Mercury impression, it sounds so good as well.
Oh,
Jerry, fetch me another boy. This one's ass is burst.
Oh god.
It's the Spider-Verse. Yeah, man. It looks fun. I like the fact that this animated kind of offshoot thing is a much more exciting Christmas comic book film than Aquaman is.
Yeah.
It looks cracking, and there's a spider pig.
So Ian and Noel, did you guys stay for the post credits of Venom?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which were just an extended trailer for this.
Yeah, that's an odd choice, that. Yeah.
So weird.
I liked how trolly it was. That it's like, Marvel is saying we can't have Spider-Man in our fucking Venom film.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I was kind of a bit.
The fact is, like you say, the fact is
the problem. Yeah.
Anything that references that fucking piece of shit film that annoys me.
What?
The Simpsons movie.
It's not a reference to that, though.
Yeah, I know, but the Spider Pig thing kind of.
No, what are you going to say?
Oh no, I was just going to say the thing with having that clip after Venom is like I was waiting for a post credit scene, and then when one cropped up, like I didn't want to, like I wanted to go home, and I expect a post credit scene to be a quick little thing that gives me a flash of something interesting, but actually this was just a really long scene for something else that I'm going to go and see anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just a bit like, I just want to go home. Like, just, I wouldn't choose if this scene had been put online, I wouldn't watch it because I know I'm going to go and watch this film.
Yeah.
So to then feel like I sort of had to sit through this scene because it was a post-credit scene just felt a bit like a waste of my time.
Oh, fuck, I didn't realise that it was written by Phil Lord of Lord and Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's produced by them.
Yeah. Fucking hell, Nick Cage is playing Spider-Man Noir.
He is.
Yeah, that's a fascinating proposition, is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Just got no idea how well that thing's going to do.
It's Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Man animated movie. It's going to do just fine.
But I mean, like, just in the realms of just fine, is it going to do just fine, or is it going to do just fine?
Well, I think it'll do better than Lego Batman, but not as well as an actual Spider-Man movie. And when I say actual, all right, let's say bigger than more than Lego Batman, less than Homecoming. That's where I'd go.
Fair enough.
And I would assume that's probably a win for Sony.
Oh, for sure. Okay, moving on. What else have we got? Oh, Holmes and Watson.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking so on board for this. Bex, you are not convinced, are you?
It looks fucking awful.
Yeah, whereas I think it might be one of my most anticipated movies the rest of the year.
That is just... You need to reevaluate.
When he starts shooting the fucking bees.
Do you know what? It's interesting you say that, Becky, that he needs to reevaluate. How many times has everybody watched this trailer?
Once.
About 3 times, 4 times, maybe.
Okay. Because the first time I watched it, I was very, very in, and I rewatched it again today, and I paid a bit more attention to the actual jokes. And I'm a bit like, I love Step Brothers and I like Talladega Nights and I love these two guys and I really want this to be good. But if these are the best jokes that are in that film, that concerns me a bit.
I could literally watch those two riff off each other for hours.
It's the putting modern things in that world really like the Hey Girl stuff at the end.
Oh, it's
Nah, not having it.
Awful.
And the No Shit Sherlock as well. And
yeah,
I would normally absolutely agree with you because normally that does fucking make me cringe and makes me hate things, but because it's them two, I'm fine with it. And the would you like some heroin line?
That was delivered well.
That's a good line. Also, I did like I liked the first gag as well, where he says "I love you" to the Queen. I like that. I don't even know why, but yeah.
Oh,
she's stunning.
It's quite a good impression, that actually. Well done.
It could go either way, couldn't it? Really?
I think it's one of those movies where it's shit. Everybody thinks it's shit, but I laugh heartily.
I'm not going to see it.
I will say that it's fucking amazing that they got Ralph Fiennes to play Moriarty, and it's in this.
You kind of get the impression that he's been turning down Moriarty for a few years now. He's chose this to do it.
It's just I was almost trolling it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Right, Timmy. For fuck's sake, mate, you're not getting out of there.
What's he doing? Is he hacking up a pig there or something?
He's chewing the bars. It's something that hamsters fucking do. Mate, seriously, it's not happening. Just chill.
It sounds like he's got a big cleaver and he's bashing it down on a butcher's block or something.
Nah, man, he's literally just biting into the fucking bar. He's mental.
At some point, he's going to get out of there and you're going to look a fool.
Nah, man, he loves me. Lottie fucking squeaks out all the time because she manhandles him, but... Right. Review time?
I'm just going to nip downstairs and get a drink. Okay?
Yeah.
I will have my headphones on, but I'm away from AFK.
Well, I'll tell you what, actually, I might just have a quick wee before we get into it then.
A little bit of a limp, but walking on it for a moment, so you know it's not looking, and then it kind of went.
Well, you're not faking it.
It is.
No,
It is. You mean the bottle of water?
because you're not going to be a bitch. Thanks.
Anybody back?
Yeah, hello.
Mark,
Yes.
I'll tell you then.
What?
I clicked on a link a minute ago because I was attracted to this story, and then I had to have a closer look at the website because it felt like a fake story, and actually it's kind of a sort of The Onion type website. But it might be the funniest. It might be the funniest website I've ever found.
Oh, what is it?
So the link that I clicked on was Andrew WK releases his calendar from 1982 to prove he was at every party. That's what made me click, which I thought was hilarious. But it's got other articles on there. 101 evasive maneuvers for when the mariachi band is headed your way. Sorry. 4 uncommon sexual fantasies and why you're wrong for shooting them down before I can even explain. Opinion. How could we need more gun control when I already have a gun and I am clearly in control?
What the fuck's that?
This website...
No. Link me.
Fucking hilarious. And I'll post this. I found the funniest website ever.
Oh, good stuff. Right, we ready?
Yep.
Right. Venom, or as Eminem says at the end of the film, Venom!
Venom.
Fucking that song. Is it a song?
Get him. With a venom. I'm gonna get him with some venom. I'm gonna get venom. Get him.
I'm
gonna get him. Get him. Is it that song?
Yeah, and then he's like, "That'll be $5 million, please, Sony."
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Like, yeah. Anyway,
it's like they said. He's like, right, fucking hell, right. What's the name of the film again? What is it? You say it again. I forgot. It's Venom, right? Venom. 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 I'm gonna get him. Venom. Venom. I'm gonna get him. He accidentally realised he was still recording, and he was like, oh, I'll just use that.
Yeah. Venom is directed by Ruben Fleischer and stars Tom Hardy.
Stars David Venom. Does it star David Venom?
It doesn't, but I really wish it did.
It would have made Eminem's life easier if it did.
Oh, wow, you broke Becky.
They didn't cast David Venom.
Riz Ahmed, Michelle Williams, and I don't know, some other people. Oh, Jenny Slate. That was weird.
That was really weird.
Yeah. So, Venom. Can you do it one more time, please?
David Venom.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
No, can you just say Venom one more time?
Venom
is about Eddie Brock, a reporter who is really, really serious because he reads from a notepad quite a lot. And he has a show, and he interviews Riz Ahmed on that show, and he asks questions that Riz Ahmed doesn't like, so he destroys his life. And then through some things that happen, he gets infected with Venom. Do it again, Noel. I can't do it.
Venom.
And it kind of goes on from there. So, this film's kind of looked like shit all the way through the marketing, really. People appear to be thirsty for Venom on Twitter, which is just the weirdest fucking thing. He's definitely got a cock mouth, and does that mean that Venom is good? Becky.
You have to come back next later on.
Right, okay.
Excellent.
My
work here is done.
Fuck's sake. No, what did you think of Venom?
It's well, I mean, you know, it's the thing is if anybody asked me what the film was, if anybody asked me whether or not they should see it, I would say, have you seen the trailer? And if they said yes, I'd say, well, it's that. I mean, it's one of those movies that really, I'm not going to use that phrase that I hate, but it is exactly what it appears to be. So, you know, I went in with lowered expectations. I just wanted to be entertained, and I was. But deep down, I know it's fucking garbage. The motivations of everybody in the whole film, including Venom, are just opposite. Like, they're just not. They don't make any sense at all. And I guess the weird thing is, you know, the last time I was on this show, we were talking about the Predator, and it actually, if you actually put these films, if you put Venom and the Predator down on the same page, there's really not much in it quality wise. Like they're both pretty terrible, I think. But I think the one thing that saves the film and why they probably didn't go with David Venom is Tom Hardy. Like the split performance between Venom and Tom Hardy makes the film worthwhile. But outside of that, it's kind of garbage, and it does feel like it's from the late 90s.
Mark?
I love movies from the late 90s, especially shit ones. So I got on with it really well, but everything that Noel says there is pretty much spot on. You're watching it, and I was watching it and going, right, I'm enjoying this. I'm not even sure what's actually really kind of going on, but I get the feeling that the film doesn't even really know what's going on. And I don't think it's taking itself too seriously, because of the fact that I don't think Ruben Fleischer is a director who would make this movie and try and take it too seriously. So the the barbs of, oh, it's so intentionally bad. You know, it's trying to be so serious. Like, have you seen Zombieland? So there's that. But yeah, it's like you said, it's almost like they got halfway through the movie and went, oh shit, we have to make Venom the good guy. What can we do? I just changed his mind.
Yeah.
It's like, but what changed his mind? I literally just changed his mind.
They're both losers, and they bond over it.
He wants to fuck Michelle Williams through Eddie Brock. There you go. We can't say that because it's going to be a PG-13. Fine, we'll sort it out. Just don't worry about it. He changed his mind. There you go. Like, all right, fine. I
found chick Venom very disturbing.
I found sexy Venom quite disturbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally, when it came out, I was like, ooh, Venom's got all sexy. And then, yeah.
you found that sexy?
Sexy Venom was quite sexy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah.
And then he turned into Michelle Williams. Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck you. Go back. Want sexy Venom back. I've mind what she can do with that song. So, yeah, but all the way through it, I was thinking, I'm actually really, really quite enjoying this. Yes, it's shit, but it's an awful lot of fun. And what I wanted was a Sunday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
And what you get is a Sunday morning cartoon. And it's a great kind of palate cleanser to how serious some comic book movies have kind of got themselves.
Well, that's it. I mean, it feels like a movie from when comic book movies were just kind of dumb, and I think it's weird to watch because we're so kind of conditioned now to view things through a lens whereby we've watched all these Marvel movies. By necessity, they all are quite intelligent storylines because they have to. I said this to you last night, didn't I? They have to look back at the movies that have already been made and make sure they don't step on their toes, and they have to look forward at the movies that are coming and make sure that they don't fuck them up. So they are very, very well thought out. No matter what you think of them, whether you like them or not, they are very, very well planned stories. And this just wasn't. It just fucking went for it, and it's a mess. And there's bits of it that just don't fucking make sense. But at the end of the day, it's really fucking good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. I think we're pretty much all singing for the same hymn sheet, even though maybe Noel slightly less so. But I.
Oh no! It's the thing is, I greatly enjoy. I absolutely enjoyed everything about it, and I like the fact that it's trashy, and I like the fact that it feels like it's from the 90s. But that I have my main issues are, I feel bad about liking it because I would come down hard on another movie like The Predator, which has the same sort of nonsensical moments to it. And but with this I kind of go, all right, well, I had a good time with it, mainly because of Tom Hardy, but it's dumb, and that's that. And I think Becky's absolutely right. She, I think probably the fact that Marvel don't want to touch this works in its favor, because if this had had to lumber itself with trying to attach itself to the universe that Tom Hardy exists, Tom Holland exists in, it couldn't have worked. It really couldn't. It would have been cumbersome. It would have been too expensive. It would have been cumbersome. Tonally, it wouldn't have known what to do with itself. So it works as this self-contained thing. But do I want to see a Venom 2? Do I want to explore the world of the symbiotes more? Not really. I had a good couple of hours watching it, but I'm sort of done with it.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, Becky, go on.
You're saying, but Woody Harrelson at the end, they're clearly going in that direction.
Oh yeah, and Woody Harrelson is a draw, absolutely, and I think it makes sense. I mean, this is the thing, and I've said this before. Like, I think symbiotes are a bit shit. And I don't think that they're particular. I've never been attracted to them as characters in the Marvel comic book universe. I think they're a bit boring, a bit generic, and a bit 90s, and a bit they're from that era of extreme comics where everything was drawn like, Todd McFarlane started that whole style of art where everything got extreme, and Venom played very well into that. So you ended up with all these other symbiotes. So it makes absolute sense, because Carnage is a favorite, that Carnage would be next. But for me as a film goer, I've just seen one symbiote versus another symbiote. There were moments, frankly, where I couldn't really tell what was going on. And I don't know if I need that again. Even though it's Woody Harrelson, who's a great actor, if he's going to be wrapped up in a symbiote suit and it's just going to be these gloopy things bashing at each other again, how is that more exciting than seeing, let's say, another Transformers Michael Bay movie where it's just effects being smashed into each other?
I mean,
right, yeah.
I mean, the thing with I think the thing with the sequel could be, though, that Woody Harrelson will be playing it with a kind of a gleeful, look at all the fucked up shit I can do, like almost like wantonly destructive, playful kind of thing, which
like in human form, embracing it kind of thing.
Yeah. I think that could be an interesting way to go down. I mean, just to say, I mean, I for me, like, as soon as Brock and Venom were attached to each other, the film went up appreciably for me. I was really struggling with it beforehand. I mean, Riz Ahmed is basically a series of speeches. That's all that character is. Just the fucking... the security, genuinely, the security in that fucking building when Jenny Slate broke him in was boggling my fucking mind. And just the fact that even after it, there's still a little bit of time before they discover it's her. And it's...
That's it. You were saying this, me and Bex saying this last night, is what there isn't a single camera in that building. He has sent rockets to space, but cannot fit cameras in his building.
Even if he's got no cameras in the rest of his building, surely he would have some cameras in the room where he's keeping all the symbiotes.
Well, I mean,
or just even on the fucking door, I mean, have cameras on their doors.
There's all sorts of fucking weird.
Probably both would have cameras on their door.
I mean, did you also notice it took the old woman 6 months to walk to the airport?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just like fuck it storytelling like that does piss me off. And I mean, later on as well, it's like, I don't know, just the whole Michelle Williams. How the fuck did I don't know. It just, I suppose the dog took her over, and like that would have been an interesting scene to see. But
exactly, yeah, and that's the other thing as well. I hadn't even thought about it until, like, I remember thinking it at the time when I was watching the film. But I think there's a few moments where you feel the budgetary constrictions. So there's maybe it was to maintain. Maybe it was to keep control of the budget. Maybe it was to keep control of the rating. I don't know. But there's a couple of instances where you go, all right, now we're going to see what a symbiote rabbit looks, and they don't show that.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, now we're going to see what a symbiote dog. What would a Venom dog look like? Wouldn't that be ace? A Venom dog. Let's see a Venom dog. No, you just see something flash in its eyes, and then it's off screen. Even the female Venom is a flashing, it just flashes right past. So there are moments where you sort of, I don't know, there's not that much cool shit in it, really. I think there could have been more cool shit to look at.
And also, and I don't know, sorry, just because this bothered me as well, and I don't know, maybe there's a comic book explanation. For the first 2/3, it's like, it's parasitic, it's killing him, his heart's atrophied. And it's like, as soon as Eddie Brock's alright with him being there, then it's fine and it's not killing him.
Well, it's choosing to eat him at the start, though, isn't it? It's choosing to feed off that rather than because he's not feeding it enough.
So is that... Is that literally okay? Fair enough. That makes sense. I don't think that's explained very well.
I think it says something at the end about let's go get some food because otherwise this liver's looking.
Yeah, your liver's looking good. Yeah. Okay.
One thing that did bother me actually.
Why couldn't he just fucking tell him that? Sorry.
No, it's alright. Go on.
Just like, look.
Well, I think he does though, doesn't he?
What? Like,
I mean, in his own way, he's kind of like constantly trying to get him to eat.
Yeah.
Where he's going food like that, and then he's sort of like.
Why doesn't he just say, "Look, mate"? I'm like, because like when she's like saying, no, but sorry, but it's like when she's saying he's feeding off you, and Venom's going like, "No, she's lying." It's like, why don't you just bloody say beforehand? Look, if you don't get me some fucking, if you don't sit in that fucking lobster tank and eat that lobster, I'ma fucking kill you.
Mm.
Especially considering at that point he doesn't really particularly like him. I don't know. It just. I mean, I'm getting hung up on all this shit. But
no. But that's the thing. There is loads of character motivation shit to get hung up on, and that's kind of my issue. My issue is, something like character motivation or the decisions that are made by characters. That's something that really pissed me off with The Predator, a film that I would openly say I hate. But here, I'm forgiving this film quite a lot just because I had a good time with it. But when I actually start to think about it, the whole, like, what was Venom's purpose? And why did he switch so quickly? And all of these little things just sort of, it's not, all of those little things make me go, you know what? This is a bad film. This is not a well-written film, but kind of enjoyed my time with it, and that's all I needed. So
that's the thing. It's more fun than The Predator. The Predator is a Predator film that actually forgets to be entertaining.
Yeah.
For large portions.
I think if you switch it out and you put anybody else but Tom Hardy in this, it's not as entertaining.
Yeah, sure,
because I don't think there's enough cool shit to look at to make it entertaining.
Oh, just back to what I was going to say before. One thing that did bother me was like the whole setup was like with the lab and stuff was, oh my god, it's so hard to find a compatible person for the to bond with. And then you've got Riot just walking halfway across the world, switching from person to person. He's fine, but that might just be a feature of him as a whatever it is, symbiote. But then Venom doesn't take in the homeless lady. Fine, fair enough, not necessarily going to, and maybe Tom Hardy is just the perfect match. But then, coincidentally, Michelle Williams just so happens to be as well.
Yeah, and Riz Ahmed is perfect for Riot as well.
Yeah. It's just too much. That it's too much coincidence.
Yeah, I noticed that. That bothered me as well.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I came out of it enjoying it more than I expected to, but it is literally because of Tom Hardy.
Totally.
That is it. I mean, Michelle Williams, bless her. I know she's basically been very honest in the press, saying, "Look, if I do a film like this every now and then, it helps get the films I actually care about get made because I'm more of a name to sell it." And it's like, yeah, cool, that's absolutely fine. You've got a very, very thankless character in this fucking film. I mean, at least she didn't get kidnapped at the end. That was something.
Yeah,
but I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, she's a motivational object. That is all she is in this fucking film. I mean, I'm surprised she didn't feel kind of insulted by it, to be honest. But it's annoying because like when it comes to your rating on it, it's like, because I wouldn't say so bad it's good because it's not good, but I don't think I'd say it's definitely shit because Tom Hardy, I think, elevates it from being pure shit.
That's the thing, and I think that you can't. That is the main takeaway from this for me, because I think in the lead up to this, in a similar way to, you get a lot of this sometimes, Ryan Reynolds is announced as Green Lantern, and he starts talking about how he's the the biggest Green Lantern fan in the world. And then, whenever an actor gets announced as this, some of them will be like, oh yeah, I've loved this, I've loved this comic forever. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has always loved Black Adam and all this type of stuff. And we got that with Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy, came out and he was like, oh, I'm a huge Venom fan, and there was pictures of him like wearing Venom t-shirts even before the first image or a trailer or anything had come out around it. When you actually watch this film, he gives a fuck about this character. Yeah. He is putting in a shift. Like, I mean, the performance before he goes full-blown Venom, the stuff that's happening to him and he's sort of like freaking out and breaking down. Yeah, it's a bit over the top, and yeah, let's not forget this is a comic book movie. It is over the top and it is a bit silly, but it's fucking good, and he's really watchable, and he's really into it, and he's really putting in a shift. And then the moments that happen later where, Venom's talking to him, or the bit where he sort of like, they pop out of the water and he's sort of like shaking himself down, like as if he's got sort of, he's sort of got it on him still and stuff like that. He's really fucking, he cares, and it comes across. Yeah,
you're right there. I think ratings-wise for me, I think it would probably be a Geostorm. It is bad. It's a fucking mess, but it is so fucking enjoyable for it. It's so much fun. So I think I'd probably go Geostorm.
I think it is literally the perfect Geostorm film, along with Geostorm, in the sense that it is. I'd love to say it's definitely not shit, but it is a bit shit. It is also a lot of fun.
That's the thing. I'm going touching cloth, like, because
background.
It's Timmy.
Is it Timmy?
Yeah.
Sounds like industrial cogs turning and stuff.
No, I'm so sorry. He's really on one tonight. He's not usually like this. But no, I mean, like, because the thing is with Geostorm is like Geostorm for me. The perfect summation of Geostorm, and apologies, Noel, if you haven't seen Geostorm, and why not? Is no. How did you do that? Because I'm the President of the United States. Venom doesn't have anything like that in it that really pushes it over the edge into just stupid, I'm just going to open myself up to this ridiculousness. Because Hardy is putting in a shift, like you say. No one in Geostorm is putting in a shift.
See, that's my interpretation of Geostorm was, it's bad, but you've got to see it. And I was going to go Geostorm because I would say this is a bad film, but you've got to see it because of Tom Hardy. Yeah. But I also see where you're coming from, Ian.
I wish we could invent a new Venom rating.
Well, I've got Geostorm as well, so
I think I might just go. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
So you've got 3 Geostorms and a touching cloth.
It's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, and our audience poll, definitely not shit, 35%. Touching cloth, 0%. Shit, 41%. And Geostorm, 24%.
Okay, fair enough.
The word seems to be bad. I intentionally, if it's a film I'm looking forward to, I intentionally don't read anything. I stay off Twitter the day before. This was a film that went right up to the wire with like press screenings and stuff like that as well. Thankfully, I didn't want to know a thing about it. So my reaction to it was very, very genuine and very, very, from me. I didn't know a thing about it. But it feels like my reaction to what I said on Twitter while the credits were rolling was that this isn't a very good film. It's kind of fun. It's a bit messy, and it sort of feels like it's from that seems to be the general consensus. I think if there's one voice that's louder than the other, it's that it's bad. But I don't know. It depends what you look for in a film, really, doesn't it?
I will say Robbie Collin in The Telegraph described Venom as looking like a cream egg that got spilt on a bin bag. And that's pretty great.
That's pretty good, yeah. It's good.
So, okay, that's Venom done. So, Noel, I think we're going to talk Hold the Dark, mate. So...
Yeah. We're going to watch that at the weekend, so I will duck out because we're definitely going to see that. So, also, we're going to see A Star Is Born tomorrow, so I'm really fucking looking forward to that.
Right, we'll have you on for A Star Is Born next week then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, enjoy the rest of the show, folks. I shall be listening next week.
Good shit.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks, bud. All the best. Bye.
Before you go.
Oh, no, he's gone.
He's gone. Gutted. I was going to make him do Venom again.
I'm genuinely tempted to just cut that minute and put it at the start of the show as the music at the start of the show, just in doing that. I might have to ask him if he can just fucking do like 2 minutes of that, and I'll just record it as a separate thing and stick it on the front of the fucking show. Anyway, yeah, that was fucking fantastic. Right, thank you, Noel. Let's move on then. So we're going to talk about Jeremy Saulnier's Hold the Dark, which is starring Jeffrey Wright, Riley Keough, and Alexander Skarsgård. Oh yeah, Noel's. Hang on, I'll get him on the WhatsApp and I'll just get him to do it one more time.
Fucking hamster.
Oh, god damn it. He's busy quickly.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec. Becky just wanted you to say Venom one more time. Anyway, Hold the Dark. Jeffrey Wright is an author who has written a letter from Riley Keough saying, "My son's been taken by wolves. Can you help me find him, please?" Essentially. He goes, he tries to help. Some shit happens, and Alexander Skarsgård plays the boy's son, who is wounded in war and flies back. So, oh shit, no voice message.
His name is Venom. He's not David.
So, I will say that, spoiler alert for my feelings on Hold the Dark, the last 20-25 minutes has been far more enjoyable than I think me talking about Hold the Dark is going to be, but we'll try our best. Becky, what do you think of Hold the Dark?
I liked it. I thought it was good. It's a bit of a slog at points because it's very, very slow paced. But there's some really violent shit in there which just makes up for the slow pace. I think it's one of those films where you kind of have to put your own interpretation on what you think it's about. It's not kind of laid out for you, which, you know, it's not necessarily going to be for everybody. But I enjoyed it. I thought the central performances were pretty good. Yeah, it was a weird one, to be honest. I just watched this tonight before recording when I got home from work, and it's I don't know, you know, when you've not quite fully formed your opinion yet.
Fuck, sorry. Yeah, no, it's one that you need time to think on, I think.
Yeah, but I think, I'd I definitely watch. I don't think the trailer does it much justice, to be honest, and it doesn't really set you up for what you're actually going to get. And I'd like to rewatch it in a bit more of a prepared state,
That's fair.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it isn't about wolves
No.
stealing, taking a little boy at all.
No.
It is categorically different than that, and it's a bit dark, and you kind of have to really, I think, be in the right frame of mind for it. And I don't think necessarily after an 8-hour shift at work was the right frame of mind for watching it. I'd like to watch it again, a bit more chilled.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mark, what do you think?
It's an interesting film. I think but predominantly it's a very interesting film. I think Jeremy Saulnier is a fantastic filmmaker, and I think Macon Blair is a very talented writer, and I have a feeling though that a little bit with Hold the Dark is that it'll make more sense if one of them explains what it means to you, which then takes a little bit of the meaning away if you have to have explained what it means to you. And I have no problem with that in a sense, in that sense. But then I think the story is interesting, but I don't think that I don't think the visuals are consistently as good as one another, if you get what I mean. There's some very striking visuals and there's some very striking set pieces, but I did find myself waiting for the next great thing to happen or the next great thing to be shown, and it didn't. At points, it took a little bit too long for that to happen. And maybe I think you could have, and we do say this a lot, but I think I think it's one of those films where adding 10 minutes or taking 10 minutes away could have completely changed the tone of the movie, not the tone of the movie, but the pacing of the movie. And I think the pacing was a little bit snaggered for me. But then you've got some really striking set pieces within it as well. I mean, the shootout is fantastic.
Oh, and the bit where the policeman gets shot with the arrow, that's a good shot.
Yeah, and there's bits like that are quite striking. And I also, like you said, there's a point where you have to make intuitive leaps within the movie, and that's fine. But I felt a mild sense of disappointment that some of those weren't resolved. But then I understand that they shouldn't have to resolve those. A key one being, Becky picked up on this, and I'm sure you will have, Ian. But I am convinced that it is what it is, whereas you're not as convinced, are you?
No, I don't think it's ever.
That Riley Keough and Alexander Skarsgård are brother and sister.
I don't think there's enough evidence to point to that.
But I'm convinced that they are.
Which is what I mean. I think it's one of those films where you can interpret it in a number of different ways.
Yeah.
And as long as you're happy that everything in your brain, everything you're seeing on screen, backs up what you think it is, then it's going to be a completely different film for everybody. Because it's going
that's it. If somebody can say they're not because of this, and I go, actually, yeah, you're right, then I'll admit that I'm wrong on that. But I'm not saying that you're wrong for thinking that they're not. Like you say, I'm not saying you're wrong because of this, and this. So this is why I think it. So there is that. Did you get that at all, Ian? Or?
Yeah, I mean, the issue I've got is that I couldn't really be fucked to come up with an interpretation about it because I didn't care.
Did it just flat out bore you?
I nothinged this film. I was really, really disappointed, in all honesty. It's, I mean, yes, it's not...
Do you think about the same opinion? You're probably going to say yes, but I'm just going to ask the question anyway.
Yeah, go on.
Would you have felt differently about it negatively or more negative or more positive, had you seen it in the cinema, would you have been a little bit more angry, a bit just disappointed had you seen it in the cinema, or do you think some of the visuals would have made more of an impact in the cinema?
No, I don't think it would have made more of an impact. I mean, like, to be fair, even if it did, I think it would have been offset by the fact that I actually had to leave the house to watch it.
That's fair.
You know, so I mean, yeah, like I say, I nothinged this film. I am completely, I'm just apathetic towards it. It's a film that literally, like, halfway through seems to think, shit, we need to wake people up. Let's have a mental gunfight for 10 minutes. You know, like and then it just kind of carries on in its lackadaisical way. I mean, the relationship between James Badgedale and Jeffrey Wright, they're kind of building some stuff up there, and then James Badgedale is just gone. I don't know.
I can share your disappointment in it, in the sense that I was very excited by the trailer, and then felt a little bit let down. Like I said to Bex before we started recording, at the end of it, I did think at the end of it, oh, that was interesting. I can't work out if I think it's good or not, but that was interesting. I found it interesting, but Wind River was a lot better. And yes, they're not about the same thing like that, but they are very similar, I think.
Yeah, no.
It's just a lot better.
No, for sure, and I agree with that. It's just like the first 50 minutes or so, I was like, right, okay, this is intriguing. What the fuck is going on? Like, when he discovered the kid, I was just like, right, where the fuck is this going? You know, and Alexander Skarsgård, they kind of introduce him, and it's right, this, I'm not entirely sure where this is taking us. But then it's kind of introducing Jeffrey Wright with the daughter who he hasn't spoken to for ages. And there's this kind of like mythological kind of stuff that it's like, well, is it mythological? Is it not? And the whole film just feels like it starts throwing balls up in the air, and instead of even trying to catch them, Saulnier just kind of like shrugs his shoulders and walks off.
It does feel a little bit as well like, I did feel a little bit. It's basking a little bit in human misery. Like Macon Blair, who again I very much like as an actor, and I very much like him as a writer. But it is a little bit like he's gone, right, what can we have? Child death, ritualistic, some kind of ritual, desolate places. We could throw in some PTSD in there. We've got to throw a bit of rape in there. And it was like he was ticking off all these various things that he can put in there. And it just... It felt a little bit forced at points. But then I thought that everybody in it was very good. But it was turned down. Whereas some things you've got, for instance... You know, Nick Cage turns everything up to 11. It felt like Saulnier went, right, I want everyone to turn everything down to -2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was basically, right, Jeffrey...
way too much emotion here.
Jeffrey, mumble every single fucking line.
Yeah. Yeah. Apart from the one line, which I thought was fantastic, and it does take you out of it, where he turns around the guy who's shooting and says, will you just stop?
Yeah.
And the guy literally stops because he's taken back by it, and then proceeds, oh, great, I'm going to shoot this fucker. And then obviously the James Badgedale thing happens there, but also, well...
just to say, that entire scene reminded me of a bit in the fucking Last of Us. Becky...
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally there was trying to think, I must have seen The Last of Us, but I don't remember watching which movie. And then I realised it's not the game.
When you're up in the tower thing and you've got to snipe the zombies as they try to get them.
Oh, well, I was thinking of the bit where there's the guy up in the tower shooting at you,
Yeah.
And you're trying to get closer, but he's constantly
between the buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the bit just before the bit I said, isn't it?
Yeah, because then you go up the tower and then the zombies are coming. Yeah, for sure.
Fucking good game, Matt.
I do always think that James Badgedale is criminally underused in everything he does.
And he fucking is. He is here.
Yeah. Because James Badgedale is fantastic in pretty much everything he does. And he's great in this, but he's underused.
Yeah.
The thing is, I say I nothing it, but I'm frustrated by it. But I'm frustrated because I nothing it.
That's it. It's what I think is a crying shame about it is that Jeremy Saulnier, I haven't seen Murder Party, but Blue Ruin was fantastic.
Mm.
And Green Room was an incredibly visceral experience to watch. I loved Green Room, but I will never watch it again because it made me so angry.
See, I remember not really liking Blue Ruin, but I'd like to rewatch it, and I love Green Room. I've watched that about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I've only watched it once, and I don't think I could ever watch it again.
It is frustrating, but it doesn't make me angry in the same kind of way. Even Lake makes me angry, where I just will absolutely never fucking watch that movie again because, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I can't watch that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did feel a tinge of disappointment because I was kind of hoping that this would kind of shut up the Netflix fucking everything's crap that comes on Netflix.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, actually, no, we've got the new Jeremy Saulnier movie, fucking started for free. And then you watch it and go, why weren't you better?
Yeah, it's not as good as either of his 2 previous films, I feel. Like, even I didn't really like Blue Ruin, but I think it was one of those ones that I didn't like because it made me uncomfortable because tonally. I
don't know. I get the feeling that in a few years' time, when Jeremy Saulnier has done a few more films, it's one that will look back on and go, it didn't quite happen. The idea was there and everything happened, but the magic didn't happen.
You can't be that obscure if you're making a straight to Netflix movie, I feel.
I think you can. I think you can get away with it. Like
you
Ian
have to guide people a little bit.
Like Ian said, but if I'd gone to see this at the cinema and it was that the story was that small, and that you had to pick that much of it yourself, I very much would have been like, right, I needed more visuals. I needed more striking visuals than I got. I didn't quite get enough striking visuals out of it. I don't think it was visually sumptuous enough. There was some great visuals in it, but a lot of them were in the trailer.
Yeah.
The most striking visual in the entire film was
that shot of the mountain, is it?
No, I just thought one of the most striking visuals in the movie was when Alexander Skarsgård's just killed the hunter, and he's walking out of the lodge thing, and you get him on that raised lodge.
Oh yeah.
And you get a silhouette of that. I thought that was a fantastic shot.
Yeah. When he's at the
but I needed more of that.
Well, the thing is, the trailer makes it out to be possibly about wolves, not about wolves.
No.
Possibly about the occult because of the masks, not about the occult.
I found it too vague.
It was vague.
It doesn't know. It doesn't know what the fuck it is.
I think you're right there. I think you're spot on. Right there, mate. I think it knows what it'd like to be. It can never work out what it is.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, I'm definitely shit on it. Sorry, I feel really bad about that because I really like Blue Ruin and Green Room, but I just, fuck me, it is a slog, and it just the destination really is not worth the journey.
Well, that's it. The ending is too. It's
unsatisfying.
It's trying to be bleak, but it doesn't quite manage it. Again, I fall back to the thing. Wind Rivers on Netflix. Watch that instead.
It's not the same film.
No, but it's set in the same place, and he's telling a similar story about this kind of lost people. But I think it just tells a better story about them.
I'm just saying they can both have their place.
They can both have their place, but if you're sat between watching either of them because you want to watch a movie about the desolation of Alaska, then watch Wind River because it's a better movie.
Bit rapey though, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is a bit rapey.
This is a bit rapey, find, yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a sister fucker in it.
Allegedly.
Well, I think I'm right on that one.
I think you're wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, to be fair, A Simple Favour had a brother fucker in it, so...
You know a brother fucker. Well, this is a brother fucker in it as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. Well, so what are you, Vex? I'm touching cloth because I'm still intrigued by it, and I will give it another watch just to see. And I think that'll push me either way. But our audience was definitely not shit. 38%, touching cloth 25%, shit 25%, and Geostorm 12%.
Big week for Geo.
Yeah.
Very good. Right. Should we do a spot of what we've been watching?
Yeah, just before we get on to that, do you know what I feel like it's been a long time?
What?
I feel like we need to watch another movie where we can go, ooh, is it definitely not shit? Or is it Fallout? We haven't seen a really fucking great movie since Fallout.
It's not that long ago, though.
It is.
We're coming into the business end, right?
Yeah, Star is Born. Like, people fucking love A Star is Born. People love First Man.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not bought into Star is Born, and First Man looks fucking boring. So
First Man looks fucking great.
It looks
Wash
boring.
your fucking mouth out.
It looks fucking boring.
Jesus,
it's all about Mandy.
You have no soul. Well, I'm hopefully watching Mandy this weekend. So, yes. Do you want us to kick off?
Oh yeah, do it, absolutely.
Okay. Have we watched any?
Yeah, we've got those. That's what we've watched.
Oh, right. So we watched Django Unchained.
Nice.
Because, it's one of those films where with most Tarantino, I have to be in the mood for it. Whereas with Django, I could watch it anytime. But obviously it's quite long. And I just suggest it randomly every once in a while in the hope that he'll eventually say yes. And he did. So we watched Django. Over the course of 2 nights, we had to cut it short and decided to do that before Leo made it on screen because it seemed like a good point to stop it.
We basically said, look, we're both at work tomorrow morning. It's 11 o'clock, half 11 at night. If Leo comes on screen, that's it. It's not going off, and it's still got an hour and a half left.
Yeah. Not going to go into the plot because I'm guessing the vast majority of people that are listening have seen Django. It just gets better with every rewatch for me. I think the more I watch it, the more I appreciate the 3 main central performances, but in particular, Jamie Foxx and Leo DiCaprio. I feel like with Jamie Foxx, up until this film, everything he was in, he was very much Jamie Foxx as. In this, he is Django. He loses himself in it, and I think it's a really amazing performance. And Leonardo DiCaprio, it's you watch this and you sit and you think all the amazing performances that he's turned out that are better than he is in The Revenant. Not that he's bad in The Revenant, but it feels when you watch stuff like this that he's done, and Wolf of Wall Street, things like that. And then he got the Oscar for The Revenant. It feels a little bit like a sympathy Oscar.
He does cocaine off a hooker's arsehole in Wolf of Wall Street. There's no way that fucker is getting a...
I know what I'm saying is on a performance level.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And yeah.
Obviously you've got everyone else that's in there. It's a fantastic cast. And just a great story. That ending, the run up to the ending is brilliant. The pacing of it's really good. The Ku Klux Klan scene is fucking hilarious, which is not something you can often say about a Ku Klux Klan scene. Yeah, it ticks all the boxes for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's every watch. Like I said, every watch for me, it just gets better. I do now think it is my favourite Tarantino.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah. I think it's.
I still think Reservoir Dogs would probably have that honour for me.
That's fair enough. I wouldn't disagree with that because it's dislodged Reservoir Dogs for me. Just because I think it's such a rich place to go to, and I love the fact that it's telling people off. It's showing people how hideous and shitty this was. A wonderful way. I think, like what Beth said, all the central performances are fantastic, and everybody plays off each other really well. And Christoph Waltz he just gets Tarantino's dialogue so well. It's always nice to see him in that late for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I enjoy his very obvious disgust at the slavers as well and the people of the South.
Yeah.
In that movie, because he looks at them with the same eyes as a lot of the audience will be white people who don't agree with slavery, and he looks at it with those members of the audience's eyes, and says what they're thinking. Yeah,
and the fact that he knows he's going to get killed at the end of it, but just thinks, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to get to kill this piece of shit, and I think that's worth it. He essentially chooses, this is how I want to go.
This is the hill I'm going to die on.
Yeah, and then you've got the brilliance of that shootout scene, which gets criticised of it's too over the top, it's too bombastic, it's too what is it? And like, I want that.
Yeah,
I want that. I want over the top. I want bombastic. I want that song to fucking kick in, and it to all go fucking crazy. I think it's just Tarantino at the absolute tip of his game.
Yeah.
Soundtrack's
fantastic.
I think Tarantino, and I've got off a mild Tarantino tangent, but I promise I'll bring it back around. I think what happened with Grindhouse bruised him. And he went away and he'd done Jackie Brown, hadn't been successful. Then he'd gone for the Kill Bill movies, and they've been really successful. But I do get the feeling that he felt a little bit unfulfilled by having to break him into 2 movies. And then
he hitched his wagon to the wrong person at the wrong time.
Grindhouse didn't work, and there was the friction between him and Rodriguez, and all of that. And then he takes a little bit of a break, and then comes out with Inglourious Bastards, and literally re-announced himself and went, "Can I just re-announce myself as this is how good I am?" And I think this just elevated it even more.
Bastards is really good, though.
It is. It's fantastic. But I just think Django Unchained is currently, for me, his masterpiece.
Yeah, fair enough.
What else have we got next?
I just did that one.
All right, well, I'll do... We watched 40 Days and 40 Nights.
Nice.
We went to see it at the cinema on a date, didn't we, Becky?
We did?
Yes.
We did?
So, yeah, for anybody who doesn't know 40 Days and 40 Nights, it's a Josh Hartnett movie. Back when Josh Hartnett was hot shit, wasn't he?
He was hot shit. He was. And he was considered hot as well, which is weird, given his hairline.
He's always had odd hair. Do you remember the odd hair he had in The Faculty?
Yeah, I think it's the same odd hair.
It's not. It's slightly different. It's slightly different. It doesn't have that weird... He's got a weird slope in his head. Yeah. But yeah, so he plays a character called Matt Sullivan, who works for a .com company, one of those .coms. Actual line in the movie, you work for one of those .coms, don't you? And essentially he's a web designer.
Is it before the .com crash?
It was before the .com crash, yes. And he is dumped by his girlfriend, and in the months preceding this, he ends up becoming a little bit of a
man slut.
A man whore, yes. Yeah. and decides that this is unfulfilled because while he is engaging in some fuckery, he keeps seeing a crack opening up and the void of his life disappearing. So decides that he's going to give up sex and masturbation and any sexual thoughts for Lent. It's fun, isn't it, Bex? It still kind of holds up. Apart from, there is categorically no fucking way this movie could get made nowadays, is there, Bex?
No.
He gets raped.
He does.
He gets sexually harassed at work.
Yeah, he does.
Essentially sexually assaulted at work. And he gets raped.
I think he gets really sexually assaulted at work.
I would say that some of that is sexual assault. If a guy exposed himself to a woman in the workplace, that would be considered sexual assault.
Who exposes himself?
The woman who photocopies her ass for him.
I think you're probably taking it a bit farther.
No, that's sexual assault.
That's sexual assault.
It is.
What, photocopying your ass?
Oh, fucking hell, all right.
Jesus. Fucking princess, are you?
All right. Fucking hell.
But yeah, he does get raped.
You're the Senate, do we?
Shut up.
He doesn't essentially get raped. He gets raped.
I didn't say essentially he gets raped. I said, but yes, he does get raped.
Yeah, it's problematic, is what I would say.
It is problematic. Yeah.
40 days and 40 nights. Problematic.
More problematic than we realised at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. What if fun when Vanessa Shaw raped Judge Hartnett in that film? Oh, the early 90s. Were they a carefree time?
Innocent time.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was that.
Yeah.
Is Ian still with us?
I think so. Ian, you still there?
Oh, yeah. Maybe, unfortunately.
Why?
I don't know, just... Every now and then, it just kind of feels like I'm listening in on you two, like, fucking buttering each other up for weird sex.
There's no butter, Ian. That would be weird.
No.
God.
Do you want to do one?
Okay. I watched The Big Lebowski in 4K on iTunes. That was good.
Pretty nice.
I've
been begging Mark to watch that for ages, and he won't. It's supposed to be one of his favourite films, and he won't fucking watch it.
Because you want to get it at 11:30 at night.
We can watch it tonight if you want.
No, we can't. I'm up at 7.
Wait until you got 4K. Anyway. Right. I watched Born to Be Blue, which is the Ethan Hawke starring biopic, kind of biopic thing of Chet Baker.
Yeah.
Didn't know the story of Chet Baker going in. It's really fucking depressing. It's this really crazy biopic that starts as him shooting a biopic of his life, and then it goes on from there as things get worse for him. And then they kind of get better, and then they get great with this ending that's like, right, he's going to go back to the top of the pile, but there's a massive but ... there, which is quite something. Ethan Hawke's bloody brilliant in it. Yeah, like I don't know. I was rather staggered by it, to be honest. It's very, very cinematic. Hawke is fantastic, and I was very upset by it. So yeah, can't say fairer than that.
I'm actually going to get to that this week because I've hovered over it so many times, then not watched it for some reason. I'm definitely going to get to it this week.
Nice. It's fucking depressing. Right. Baby Mama, which is the Tina Fey and Amy Poehler starring film about Tina Fey employing Amy Poehler as a surrogate. Yeah, it was alright. That's kind of about all I got, really. It was quite gentle. There were a couple of decent laughs in there. Watched it with a few drinks. Had a good time. I'll never think about it again.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And...
It did what it was supposed to do at the time you watched it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much, man. It was like kind of in one ear, out the other. You know, so which is fine. You know, some films are just designed to do that, and that's all good. So I also watched Selfie from Hell.
Is Selfie from Hell as good as it sounds?
It's exactly as good as it sounds.
Because it sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's like 74 minutes long. It's on Netflix. Right. I'm just going to do something. Right. I need to send you guys a picture of one of the second lead girl in Selfie from Hell. No, that doesn't really... No. I need to find a picture of her that she actually looks like her in the bloody film. It's very weird. Basically, this girl, bless her, I think... There's no nice way of putting it, really. She looks like a 70-year-old woman, the bone structure of a 70-year-old woman put into the face of a girl in her early 20s.
What's she called?
What, like the actress's name?
Yeah.
Let me find out.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Have you found her?
Yeah. Wait, character's called Julia.
Actually, no, I don't think so. Hang on.
The blonde one or the dark-haired one?
The dark-haired one. Julia, yeah, that is her.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Her eyes look like they're falling off her face, but from the sides.
Yeah, yes. Yep. Now, hang on. She's known for Selfie from Hell 2015 and 2018.
Guessing it short.
I'm lying about. Oh, she just so happens to be a co-producer on this film. Right, she didn't fucking write it, did she? No. Okay. Right, yeah. So, basically, she's this girl who... Her mate is... I don't even know what her mate is. She's staying with her mate, and she arrives at the airport, and she's really sullen, and her mate wants to take a selfie with her, and she's like, no! And then she gets to her mate's house, and she basically gets taken ill pretty much straight away. And what has been happening is she's been going on the dark net, researching this Selfie from Hell thing, because she thinks it'd be funny for her vlog. And it turns out that there's something in the dark net which is coming after people if they watch all 13 selfies. And then their phone's screen cracks, and then it comes for them, or something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just, like, I watched this on the treadmill, just like, what the fuck am I watching? So it's almost single location as well. It almost entirely takes place in this woman's house. And it's just this woman fucking wandering around every now and then getting scared, and then fucking taking selfies so that she can see some shadowy thing in the background. It's fucking awful. But it's not funny. It's just shit.
So there's a reason why it's like 73 minutes long.
Oh god, yeah. And it just... I didn't even know what was happening in the last 20-25 minutes, because it kind of like seems to indicate that it's supernatural, but then it's like, well no, actually there's this real world person doing stuff, but then it goes supernatural again, and I don't know. Just the fact that it was like, literally, there's like this woman talking to her YouTube channel about how she watched all 13 selfies. And it's just like, well, you don't watch selfies, you look at selfies.
Yeah.
Like that's what the use of like syntax bothered me during this film. That's how much I was bothered by everything that was happening on screen. That and the fact that this girl, bless her, the makeup artist fucking hates her. And also, the middle image of that girl on IMDb in the film is like her Facebook icon. And I don't know why anyone would ever use that image as their Facebook photo, because she just looks worried. So yeah.
She literally does look like she's just said, do I really have to take the top off?
Yeah. No, that's a good shout. But do you know what? She's actually a producer on this, and it looks like she did that. Like it was a short in 2015, and she was a producer on that as well. So, you know, fair play. Strike while the iron's hot. If you're gonna be a producer, you may as well star in the fucking thing as well. But yeah, like I don't know. It was really, because I actually thought that it was going to turn out that it was like the thing was sucking the life from her. Like I honestly thought that was going to be a plot point.
That's just her face.
And bless her, it's just her face or what the makeup artist did to her face.
Oh.
God, it's a piece of shit. Right, just to finish off a couple of LFF things. I've actually written reviews for both on the site anyway, but the Cannibal Club, fucking weird horror comedy satire thing about rich people hiring gardeners and then killing them and eating them. But like the way they kill them is like the wife seduces the gardener and basically like fucks him, makes sure he's on top of her. The husband jacks off like in a fucking like peaky hole, and then after he comes, just runs in with an axe and chops the gardener's head off. So that's quite fun. That's playing London Film Festival.
Yeah, that's mental. That sounds more of a Fright Festival.
Oh yeah. I kind of enjoyed it. The third act's a fucking mess, but there's some interesting shit in there beforehand. It's kind of got stuff to say, but then it forgets about it and just goes, actually, do you know what? We'll just have some extreme violence. So
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. And lastly for me, a Bros documentary, After the Screaming Stops, which looks at Matt and Luke Goss on their comeback thing. Actually, I really enjoyed it. They're two very, very, very different men. Ron Perlman's in it talking about how much Guillermo del Toro loves Luke Goss in the first 10 minutes, which was surprising. And yeah, it's just two really different guys coming together, being very snippy at each other, seemingly kind of hate each other at points, but coming together because they are brothers. And it feels a bit artificial because like there's this countdown clock counting down to their first new gig, and like things seem to be going to shit, and then suddenly 2 days before the end of the gig they've got shit right. They've come together and they love each other again. It does feel a bit like, really though? But I thought it actually worked, and Matt Goss is a fucking riot.
Yeah, from what was it? It's directed by a guy called Joe Perlman. I wonder if he's any relation.
No, he's not. No, it's a different spelling of Perlman.
It is, yes. Yeah, you're right, it is.
But yeah, no, I actually quite enjoyed that. It looks like the first screening at LFF's actually already sold out as well, but there's a few. But yeah, it's actually worth your time. I enjoyed it. That's it for me anyway.
Cool. All other the bits we've got is we watched Fletch and Fletch Lives, didn't we?
We did, and Perfect Storm, because it's like a horror movie for you, but
yeah.
You'll have covered that before.
Yes, I've also covered Fletch Lives, I think, before. So what do you think? Did you enjoy it?
Well, first watch for me, always on Fletch, isn't it? Because I always forget I've seen it.
Yeah, and you watched it about 4 times.
No, it's very funny. It's dumb comedy, but not so dumb that it's like that fucking Holmes and Watson piece of shit you want to watch.
Fuck you.
It's like dumb, but like not cringy dumb.
Yeah,
and I like that. It's fun.
I love Chevy Chase, so
Yeah, no, it was really good. I really enjoyed it all. I'll watch it again.
yeah.
I forget I've seen it before.
And I actually bought Fletch Lives on iTunes. I now have 5 Chevy Chase movies on iTunes.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like you've been inspired by all the negative press he's got over the last few weeks to just I know what I'll watch.
Fuck him. What he said about Saturday Night Live at the moment is true. It's a bunch of people that people think are funny because they're on Saturday Night Live, rather than a bunch of people who are actually fucking funny.
Making Saturday Night Live funny, yeah.
Yeah. When every fucking sketch that I get shown of Saturday Night Live after it's been on is the guests doing funny things.
Yeah.
It makes you go, oh, maybe the people on it aren't funny. And when one of them's that dickhead who's engaged to Ariana Grande, then it makes me go, all right, the comedy is dead then.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cunt, isn't he?
Yeah. It's just saying shocking things isn't funny unless you're actually funny when you're saying shocking things.
That's it, yeah.
But yeah, that's it from us.
Hello?
Is he even gone to the toilet?
I don't know. Ian, are you there?
I think Ian might have gone to the toilet. I think we're going to take longer to talk about Fletch and Fletch Lives.
Fletch and Fletch Lives are great.
They are.
They're a laugh riot.
They're a laugh riot. A riot of laughs.
A riot of laughs.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I did just have a pee. I muted the mic. I thought you were going to have something else, so I promise you, I was listening. I just carried the laptop into the toilet with me.
No, that's no problem. Yeah, that's us for our watching.
Cool. Okay. I'm gonna say ever so sorry to Marcus. We are gonna do your fucking email like first thing next week. But I think let's call it a day. It's been a very, very fun show. I've enjoyed it immensely. I hope you two have.
Yeah, always, man. Always.
Very
what could we
good.
be thinking?
A Star Is Born.
Oh, of course we are, yeah.
Oh.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh.
I am very much looking forward to that. Bradley Cooper's a handsome man.
He is a handsome man.
And he is at one point he's wearing a tan corduroy like corduroy denim jacket. And I'm looking at it going, I wish I could fucking pull that off. It'd go quite nice with this
aesthetic you've got, this ranch hand aesthetic you've got going on.
that I'm wearing right now. Yeah.
I just wish one day I can look as drunk and sunburnt as he looks in that one fucking shot when he's in the limo.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I am looking forward to seeing it, to be honest. I'm not as buzzed as you are about it, but I am looking forward to it.
I just think that the trailer makes it look like I'm going to go, that was fucking brilliant.
See, if that's what you're basing it off, I don't get it. The trailer is fine.
Fuck off, Becky. It's going to be great.
I think it is.
I'm sure it is. Trailer-wise, it's not a great trailer.
I think it's one of the best trailers of the year.
No, Mark. Have you not seen the Mission Impossible Fallout trailer?
Well, yes.
He did say one of, to be fair.
One of the best trailers of all time, the Mission Impossible Fallout trailer.
Obviously, standard.
Yeah, Henry Cavill reloads his arms to music.
True.
Fucking, I want to rewatch that movie. It's on iTunes, yeah.
No, it won't. But it'll be on 4K though.
Shut up about 4K.
No.
I'm trying it.
You're weird.
Just let him buy a 4K TV. You will
The
both be
Rambo films are good on 4K, so that's it.
Yeah, you'll both be happier. And no, he's right. The Rambo films are coming out on 4K, Becky. So you've got a problem.
Oh, just very quickly before we go, have you guys heard the news about The Conjuring 3 directing?
No.
It's not James Wan.
Who?
How do you feel about that?
Who is it?
One of his proteges.
I'm fine with it, to be honest. I think it's
I'm a bit sad about it, to be honest.
I'm a bit sad about it because James Wan's a fantastic director. He's a fantastic director of that type of movie.
He's still producing.
He's still producing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that it'll still. I don't think he'd hand over that property to somebody he didn't trust.
No, it's someone whose movie is just produced. The Curse of La Llorona or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and although the Nun, none of us really got on with it that well, did we? No. It's financially, it's been the biggest.
I know, but I don't want just financial hits. The Conjuring, the core spine, the spine of that movie franchise, it is the Conjuring movies, obviously with the Warrens, and it's the other two have been James Wan. I just don't know how I feel about someone else taking the reins.
I will wait and see.
Yeah. Well, and apparently the rumor is still persisting that it's about werewolves.
Yeah.
And,
nice.
You did say it here first, guys, before any of this information came out.
It's Vin Diesel directing it.
Maybe Vin Diesel is directing it. No, it's another guy. Yeah. Vin Diesel, the producer.
Yeah. Hi, Vin.
That'd be great. Right, okay, good stuff. So we'll be back next week, guys. Thank you very much for listening. dudeandmonkey@gmail.com, at DAAMENL, at DudeFoz, at BexyFoz, and that is us out. Bye-bye.
See you later.